alliance, which is quite unconventional. But this will also be, a time when you have the former Prime Minister, two people from the family, Mr. Devegowda's family, Mr. Kumaraswamy, and Prajwal contesting in two seats in Hassan and Mandya. So I think this will be very interesting. But I would say Bangalore city has been voting unilaterally on the favor of BJP. In the last election, if you see 25 out of 28 seats across the Karnataka, but predominantly winning all the seats, leaving Bangalore rural was the only seat where DK Suresh, got his way a way out. But all the seats BJP unilaterally won. So I don't see any contest, particularly this particular phase two. This is not a phase where Congress lies any strength. Congress strength in Karnataka lies in the rural pockets in the northern Karnataka, where probably they will try to roll out some good campaign strategy. But at this point, I really don't see a good traction and energy and that kind of a mojo in Congress's campaign right now in Karnataka. They're absolutely flat.
Right. Harish, Ramaswamy, coming in to you right now, is this now going to be a challenge for the BJP? You've got a strong regional leader in Siddaramaiah, and usually we've seen in states wherever there are strong regional leaders, it is difficult for the BJP to make headway, even though in the last Lok Sabha election, they had won 25 out of 28 seats. But this time they have dropped certain MPs also because of anti-incumbency and other issues with the party cadre, which they had been reporting.
Well, if you see the whole picture, you find out that BJP is not on the individual Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Correct. I can hear you, Mr. Ramaswamy.
Yeah. No, I don't think BJP, individual constituency basis. It's mostly fighting on the, image of the Prime Minister. And that's one of the reasons why most of the time, the contest is between the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, and then the rest of the parties. Now, in case of Congress, of course, yes, Siddaramaiah is a formidable leader in the region and also in the Karnataka image. The vote in Karnataka, about which a lot of literature has also come, that the differentiate.
All right, Mr. Ramaswamy, we'll come back to you. We'll try and reconnect because of the poor audio situation. Let me go across back to DP Satish at this stage. DP Satish, would Bangalore rural be a battle that you'd be watching out very carefully for, because it is an important battle for DK Shivakumar's future prospects?
Yes, certainly, because in Bangalore's rural, he's witnessing a fierce battle between BJP and the Congress. The sitting MP DK Suresh is the younger brother of KPCC President and Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar, and he's the lone Congress MP from Karnataka. And it is DK Shivakumar's personal fight now. And he can't afford his brother lose from Bengaluru rural. This time, Devegowda's party, the JDS, has loaned their son-in-law, Dr. C.N. Manjunath, a renowned cardiologist, to the BJP, and he's contesting on BJP symbol from Bengaluru rural. Technically, he's a BJP candidate, and more or less, he's a JDS candidate. And Dr. C.N. Manjunath is a formidable candidate because he's a renowned cardiologist and he has got a great goodwill among the people. But at the same time, he's new to politics. But DK Shivakumar and his brother DK Suresh, they are very experienced politicians and they have a greater support across the constituency. But JDS has also got a very good base in Bengaluru rural, because once it was represented by H.D. Kumaraswamy, and before that, when it was Kanakapura, H.D. Devegowda himself had represented that seat. It's also a stronghold of the Gowdas, and it's a battle of the Gowdas in Bengaluru rural, and everyone is, the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has held several rallies in Bengaluru rural yesterday, and he has campaigned extensively for DK Suresh and DK Shivakumar. He's also campaigning there, and many other Congress leaders are also likely to campaign in the next 2 days there. And Bengaluru rural is witnessing a fierce battle, and which DK Shivakumar can't lose. Can't afford to lose.
Right. Let me go back to Harish Ramaswamy. I believe he is with us now. Harish Ramaswamy, we were speaking about how elections are a personality contest. The fight between the leadership, the regional leadership of Siddaramaiah, backed by the opposition alliances. And on the other side, you have the Prime Minister and his popularity.
That's right. I mean, most of the elections after 2014 have been in that direction. That's not good for the democracy, though. That's a different issue altogether. But however, how can you change the whole narrative of that kind? Because India is known for personality cult. And this is one of the things even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was worried about. But then the elections are truly the kind of thing that are happening. Now, if you take what's happening with Mr. Siddaramaiah or Mr. Shivkumar, there were days when people would agree with whatever they said, and then there was this kind of a feeling that the doles that they gave were actually the freebies from the state. But today, it's not the same. The citizens are very well aware that it is the taxpayers' money that is being paid. And that's one of the reasons why, when the issue comes, they always analyze these things and then look at the individual. But then, as we always watch in the elections, the personality cult actually takes over the individual or the constituents or the agenda or the manifesto. So in this case, you find that Mr. Modi's persona has taken over, and it has been winning the elections for the past from 2014 onwards. And that's one of the reasons why I think Karnataka is going to see the similar kind of a change in the in the elections to come.
Right. Let me go back to Anurag at this point. Anurag, what has been the impact of the India alliance on the ground across these 14 constituencies in Karnataka which go to polls in phase 2? Do you think manifestos are even an issue in the election process?
Well, Parikshit, there is no India alliance in these 14 seats because it is only the Congress and it has no alliance particularly contesting in these 14 seats. And I don't think the India Alliance manifesto or India Alliance joint guarantee will be any issue. I mean, people barely even know about it in these 14 seats, particularly if you talk about. But one thing that attracts my attention is, the title that you're scrolling, it's Modi versus Siddaramaiah. And technically, it is a good opportunity for us to record this particular the phase 2 elections because it is Mr. Modi that Karnataka loves to vote for. But Siddaramaiah, his core dominance is basically in this belt that is going for polls in this phase 2. That is Mysore belt. He comes from Varuna. The Mysore and the southern part of Karnataka is where Siddaramaiah holds his strength. So these 14 seats is typically a fight between Mr. Modi and Siddaramaiah. And not to forget, Siddaramaiah also has a good clout over this Kolar, Chikmagalur, and all these seats where he was also contemplating to contest previously. So these are the seats which are favorable to Siddaramaiah. So we see an absolutely good. I mean, the title goes absolutely apt. It is pretty much a contest between Modi and Siddaramaiah, and of course, I mean, nobody's taking the name of Mr. Gandhi here and the Gandhi family. That's also something that we need to understand. But when you said about the India Alliance, there has been absolutely no buzz about India Alliance in all the seats, not only Karnataka. We can see this parallel across India. Wherever Congress has strength or wherever the regional players have strength, they're staying away from bringing in the concept of India Alliance because they know it may not be a sellable model in all the seats or in all the states where they're talking about. So I think particularly in Karnataka, it's a no-brainer. People barely know about India Alliance and their joint manifesto because Congress has been in power here on its own. And also in the elections, the campaign has been run by the local leadership of Mr. Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar. So I think it is pretty much centered to the state.
Okay, DP Satish, final question to you. The BJP is fighting on 25 seats. JDS has been given 3 seats in the alliance. What is the BJP, the Prime Minister, Amit Shah, the top leadership of the BJP doing to retain these seats, fight anti-incumbency, return back to power in these seats? What has been the BJP strategy so far? How much has the top leadership of the BJP campaigned in these 14 constituencies?
See, BJP is banking heavily on Prime Minister Modi's personal charisma and his leadership. And it is a Modi-centric election once again in Karnataka, and BJP is seeking votes in the name of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, seeking a third consecutive term for the Prime Minister. And Prime Minister has extensively campaigned in these parts. Last week he was here and he has campaigned in the same old Mysore region, and he has shared stage with H.D. Devegoda, the former Prime Minister, who is his alliance partner. And BJP is hoping that since it is a direct fight between Congress and BJP-JDS alliance, they stand a chance here. Because earlier there used to be a triangular fight in the old Mysore region, and that used to help the Congress because the anti-Congress votes used to split between BJP and JDS. This time they are together, and it is a formidable alliance of the Gaudas and the Lingayats, and they are hoping that if they can get some OBC votes and SC/ST votes, they will get more votes than the Congress. That's why they are fighting this election well in this spot. And the Prime Minister has already campaigned 3-4 times in this region. Other BJP leaders have also campaigned here. And interestingly, Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi is campaigning in this spot tomorrow. She's addressing 2 rallies, one in Chitradurga, and after that she will campaign in Bengaluru South, which has been a BJP bastion since 1991. So it's going to be very important for the BJP because last time BJP swept entire Karnataka barring a few seats, and the 3 seats which BJP couldn't or didn't win last time were from Old Mysore region. It was Bengaluru Rural, Mandya and Hassan.
Okay, thank you very much, DP Satish, for joining us with that important perspective on the 14 constituencies going to polls. And thank you very much to Anurag and Harish Ramaswamy as well. We're taking a break on election exchange, but coming up on the other side, in an unprecedented turn of events, BJP Surat Lok Sabha candidate Mukesh Dalal was elected unopposed. This after nominations of the Congress candidate and his backup were cancelled over alleged discrepancies in the signature of the proposers. Details when we return.
Reliance Jio has just reported its Q4 numbers and it's a steady showing, bang in line with street expectations. The company's delivered a 10% plus growth for the second consecutive quarter. Revenues for Reliance Jio in Q4 in the March quarter have come in at 25,959 crore. This is slightly ahead of what the street was anticipating. Our poll was 25,900. The company's top line has seen a growth of 2.3% on a quarter-on-quarter basis and 11% on a year-on-year basis, making it the second consecutive quarter of a double-digit top-line growth. Margins too for the company have been absolutely steady for the last many quarters now. For the last 6 quarters in a row, margins for the company have been between 52 to 52.5%. In fact, if you want to be precise, between 52.2 to 52.4, and this quarter too, as you can see, margins are very, very steady, inching up by 10 basis points on a quarter-on-quarter basis, and that's driving about a 2.5% increase in the company's profitability. Profits this quarter have come in at 5,337. Reliance Jio has been reporting steady numbers. There hasn't been too much by way of surprise, positive or negative, over the last couple of quarters, and Q4 appears to be no different. We don't have the other key internals. The most important ones are the subscriber and ARPU. This quarter, we expect the subscriber